What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a library. This is the Refresh series library, which is fun. I think up to this point, this is my favorite refresh. I know I probably keep saying that because I do like a lot of these more than the other builds, but yeah, this one is very nice. I do like the way that it looks. So I'll show you a sneak peek of the interior, and as per usual, the other versions of the like original libraries. And yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here's the original library. I still sometimes look at this build and question what the hell I was thinking when I made it, but there it is regardless. And here's the remake, which is much more respectable. Still not great, but I mean, you know, it doesn't make me want to cry whenever I look at it, which is a step in the right direction. And anyway, here are all the materials you will be needing for this build. Please note that it's also a glass pane under the glass block. I kind of didn't realize that wasn't visible, the difference between the two, but yeah. Alrighty, and the space you will be needing for this is a 61 by 73, and we're just going to start with smooth stone slabs again, so we can get to the actual corner of the building rather than having to do the entire parking lot first. So, starting from the front right-hand corner of your 61 by 73 space, cough cough if you made it, you want to start by counting left by 13. And going back from this block, you're going to place 19 smooth stone slabs. You then want to go left with 7. And then back by 8. And this is where we will start, behind that block. So you can see pretty much this line right here that we just made, the front 4 blocks are going to be basically like before the front of the grid. So the front would be here, technically, I guess, the middle of the row of 9 in total. And so you can get rid of that and you can get out now terracotta, bricks, brick stairs, dark oak slabs, stripped pale oak, wood or logs, it shouldn't matter, but I would probably, no, it would matter, I guess. I would use wood. Black stained glass panes. Black stained glass blocks. And what else would be of use here? I guess the quartz bricks. Wherever they are. Okay, there we go. And quartz stairs. So starting behind this row of smooth stone slabs, you want to place a terracotta and then extend it to the right by 6. You'll then go back by 6. And then right with a stripped pale oak wood that should be facing upward. You're going to extend this right with 2 terracotta, stripped pale oak, 2 terracotta, stripped pale oak, 2 terracotta, strip pale oak, 2 terracotta, strip pale oak. So you should have 5 of those strip pale oaks. You're going to continue that pattern going back on the right side, and you want to end up in total on the right side with 4, 5, 6, 7. You want 8 of these strip pale oaks. So I'm just going to actually place them first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll fill in the center gaps here in with terracotta. Nice. You'll then go left from this back strip pale oak with the same 2 terracotta strip pale oak until you have, I want to say it's 5 again of the strip pale oak. Yeah, 5 strip pale oak. So it should kind of give you this rectangle little jut out of the side of the building at some point in time. You'll then go left with a terracotta from that and extend it back by 17. You then want to go left by 12, forward 4, left by 27, and then forward by 29. Just like so. You will then go right. Hold on, wait, that's really... You go right by 11. Then forward by also 11. Right by 6. And then you'll end up in line with the original blocks we placed. So if I take this terracotta, I'll trace it across, and I should be in line. That's correct. From both of them, you're going to go forward diagonally in with a terracotta, and then in by 3. And this should leave you with, I believe, 7 blocks between them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is correct. And yeah, you should have this. With the exceptions of the terracottas between the strip pale oak, every other terracotta you'll bring up by 1. So essentially, you're just kind of the, I guess, jut out on the right side here. You're just leaving alone, but every other terracotta is up by 1. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am, for the most part, recording this, which is fun. And I might do, I don't know what I'll do after it. My thought right now is start ban 0, but we'll see. So you should just go like this, essentially. Very weird shape. But it works, so I'm not complaining. Extend each stripped pale oak now up by 4. This will take a minute, probably. Not really. Won't take that long. It'll just be nice to get this particular part built up now. Oh, never mind. I thought I did something wrong with the material list, but I think it's fine, because I forgot that we have both quartz and smooth quartz. But no, because I was block picking and there weren't actually smooth quartz stairs, so I don't think there were, at least. But there's quartz stairs. You should have this. Connect each of them together with black stained glass panes on those top 4 blocks, which will create a bunch of windows. Like a little reading zone, I guess. I don't know if you want to read or beat someone over the head with a book. I guess that's an option. I wouldn't really advise doing that, and I also don't think that's legal, but, like, I don't know. A library free-for-all. I'd be grabbing the dictionary. Do libraries have dictionaries? I don't, like, go to the library that often. If I want a book, I'm just going to Amazon, you know? I'm not like that much of a book guy where I'm just like going to libraries and stuff and getting books. Anyway, you should have this. We're going to start from the front and we're going to kind of work almost around, but we'll end up leaving some areas open because we can't do them now. You want to start by taking the rows of 4 terracotta left and right of the gap here, which will eventually be the entrance. And you want to bring them each up with a row of bricks. Extend the left and right bricks up by 4, and then connect them together, which will give you a 2x3, probably window, although it could be something else, I'm not really sure. At the top row, you're going to place a set of upside-down brick stairs that face towards each other. This kind of will, well, actually, I'll explain it more later, but yeah, you should have this. It kind of looks like a castle or something. I don't know why. As for the rows of what should be 7 terracotta just outside of those rows of 4, you'll do a similar thing. You'll place a row of brick on the bottom and bring the left and right ones up by 4 and connect them together again to create the rectangle. That's where it changes them. After that step. Split these sections down the middle to create 2 separate 2x3 gaps. And in the bottom row of each of them, you're placing dark oak slabs, and in the top, you're placing upside-down dark oak slabs. So the windows are going to be inside a block because of this. That just means our walls have to be technically triple layered, but it's really only double. The right side you can make entirely brick up to the same height. Now, it's just going to be, you know, these 5 rows or whatever. I would just probably bring the top row only of brick across. If even, I guess it's nice to have something, but the row below that has some stuff going on from the inside for, like, the doorways into that room, but, yeah, I would probably only do the top row, because it is good to have that connected, because it'll be helpful later as well, but, yeah. Let's do the back next, and there's a reason I'm doing the back next, because there's an area in the front left that we are kind of concerned about. So I'm actually just going to start by taking the entire back. Well, no, actually, I lied. Just take this further. For this back portion, you're going to do the same thing, I guess, where you place a row of brick at the bottom, extend the far side up by 4, and then connect together. This should evenly split into a bunch of 2x3 windows, so if you just leave gaps of 2, and on the third brick you count over 2, you'll just kind of connect bottom to top, and it'll give you these kind of windows like so. Same thing with the dark oak slabs. At the top you're having upside down dark oak slabs, and at the bottom you're having regular dark oak slabs. Those are the only windows that have the brick stairs. I guess you technically don't need them anymore, and we're going to get rid of them in a second here. Turning to the, like, little short wall here as you're heading forward, you'll just place some bricks on this. Okay. Just like so. Yeah, get rid of your brick stairs and get out pale oak stairs, and you want to, starting from this side and just going across, you're going to place on the terracotta a stripped pale oak wood facing up, gap of 2, strip pale oak, gap of 2, strip pale oak, and you're going to do this until you have 6 of these pillars. So that's 4, 5, 6. And if you actually trace this last one all the way forward, you'll notice you line up with this wall right here. That's just a funny coincidence, but it is always good to know, so you know that will line up like that. And extend each strip pale oak up by 3. And then you're going to kind of do what you did with the brick at the front with the pale oak stairs. We're just going to place a set of them upside down facing into each other, connecting the top strip pale oaks together. And that'll give you these windows. Fill them a block inside with black stained glass. For the layering of the inside, we're just going to worry about that on the interior. We'll make the interior, like, really long, probably, but, well, it'll make it longer for sure, but that is alright. We do have a door on the left wall, however, I don't particularly care enough to tell you where it is right now, so I'm just going to have you fill in the rest of the back, along with this first portion of the left wall in with bricks. You're going to leave this corner where you go in for now, that's fine, we don't want to do anything with that. Because it's special. But yeah, you're just kind of filling around the strip pale oak and stuff, and that's pretty much it that's important, I guess. This is another one of those, I think, test builds for pale oak that I used right after it came out. It actually worked really well on this build. Worked better than it did with the houses that I made. I don't know if that would have been out yet. Probably not because of the way Refresh is working, but yeah, that was something I did do. Get rid of your black stained glass blocks and black stained glass paints. We still haven't used these yet. And get out stone stairs and stone blocks. And at the front here, you want to bring this row of brick to the right by 4 rows. You technically don't need the top row. You do need it for the leftmost 2 blocks in total, which would include the corner you already have. But yeah, it is probably just beneficial to add it anyway. On the next row going over, you'll place a stone block, stone stair facing forward, stone block, and then you'll just have 4 bricks, which will bring you to the corner. Extend either stone block up by 2 and connect them together at the top with an upside down stone stair. Get rid of your stone and get out pale oak signs and glowing sec, and you're going to place a sign on this upside down stair. Go down a line, and in all caps, you're going to type book drop off as 3 separate words. You could put a hyphen between drop and off, which is a little minus dash symbol, whatever. Doesn't matter really that much. And then you'll place your glowing sec on it or click on it. Don't break the sign, though. That would be unfortunate. The only really 2 walls we have left are just entirely brick, which is this one wall and the wall we were just working on. So yeah, just you're filling in the rest with brick. Again, you don't technically need the top row for this left wall, or this either of these walls. It is just the, I guess, 2 cornermost blocks, which would be the actual corner and then 1 in. The rest gets blocked with a little bit of a overhang that we have for later. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of, but we're gonna work on the, I guess, little balcony over here. Not balcony, but the little platform over here. You want to counter the second terracotta in, which you just, on both sides, like, of kind of this the corner that's taken out, you'll just count in by 1 and place a quartz stair on either side, and you'll connect them together at a corner, or to the corner like so, and it should kind of give you this. It's hard to explain, but you just see I'm on the second terracotta, and You're going to go up diagonally in and do the same thing. I guess a wheelchair ramp might also be logical here because, I don't know, I just feel like it would be. But I wasn't really thinking about that when I built this, I guess. Fill in the top here in with quartz bricks, which should be in line with the top row of terracotta. Yeah, maybe like have one on the... I'd put it on one of the sides up against the terracotta wall, just like turn maybe the end 2 or something into slabs. And maybe do the same with the center. Here, you could even do the actual center of the center when we make that, which, oh god, we'll do now. So, you want to take the, like, we didn't film most of the, that's fine, whatever. You want to take the, like, row of terracotta below these rows of, like, with the 4 wide walls with the little arch windows. You'll take the top row of terracotta and place quartz bricks off it, and they will connect together, and it'll just kind of take up that whole area like so. Yeah, extend that row of quartz bricks forward a row, and then forward with a row of quartz stairs. Extend the quartz stairs down diagonally forward by 1, and then you can just fill in the little sides here in with quartz bricks. Just to get it out of the way. I'll take the center, whatever it is, 7 quartz bricks and extend them back just by 1 row so they're in line with the bricks. We're going to end up just placing the gray wool under the door now because, yeah, I already know the floor material, so why would I make you break the door when we do the interior? That doesn't really make sense. Plus, it's floating anyway, so... What is the next step? I guess kind of working on the entrance here. So, get rid of your pale oak signs and your glowing sacks, and really quickly, actually, just get back out black stained glass along with stripped dark oak wood. And behind each of the windows we've made that we didn't do anything with, which would be the ones with the dark oak mainly, and then these brick ones here, you're going to place black glass, filling them in a block behind them. Don't just kind of fill across, like, I guess haphazardly like this, because you do want to make sure the glass doesn't connect and that you'll be able to fill between it later. Why does the glass look purple to me right now? Am I going colorblind? I don't feel like colorblind would make you see black as purple, but I don't know. It looks like off. It's like an off tint. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. But yeah, anyway, you should have this. You can then immediately get rid of the black stained glass and get out. Get rid of the pale oak stairs as well, actually, and I'll push my 2 things forward here and get out. Dark oak door, and I guess gray wool just for a sec. And we'll do both doors, actually. Yeah, let's start with the one on the left side, because we can get rid of 2 more materials once we do it. So head to the left side, and if you take the, like, back left-hand terracotta here, you want to start by counting, from this perspective, you'll count right by 4, and break the top terracotta and replace it with a gray wool. You'll break the 2 bricks above that and place a dark oak door, and off this gray wool you'll place a quartz brick. Extend it from this angle left and right by 2, and then that whole row can be brought towards you with a row of quartz stairs. Then go down diagonally towards you with another row of quartz stairs and fill in the sides with quartz bricks there. We can head back to the front. That's all we needed to do. And you can now get rid of your quartz bricks and quartz stairs and get out dark oak planks and white concrete, I think, will be the logical block. So you want to take the, like, inner row of brick on both sides here from these rows of 4 and go forward diagonally in with a row of 4 stripped pale oak wood. It should be 4 tall, like so. You'll then bring those back diagonally in with stripped dark oak wood that is the same height, and connect the top stripped dark oaks together with upside down dark oak slabs. A block behind the center quartz brick, again, you're placing your gray wool for the floor, or whatever I guess you wanted your floor material to be, and you're placing a dark oak door on it. And surrounding it in dark oak planks, as in just filling in this entire area kind of around it between it and that barrier at the top, which is the upside down dark oak slabs. Nice. Place a row of white concrete on top of the stripped pale oak wood that connects together and also extends off the left and right by 1. So it should be a row of 9, I think. Yes, it is a row of 9. And extend the entire row towards you with another row of white concrete. Then you'll extend each end white concrete up by 1. We're getting there, slowly but surely. We're getting there. So You want to now head over to the left side again where you have the kind of... It's the elevated platform where you have the book drop-off area. You'll take the very corner quartz brick and extend it up with 4 stripped pale oak wood and then a white concrete. Extend this white concrete both left and forward by 1, and then I'm actually going to break the white concrete. You'll see kind of why later. It's not exactly a huge deal, but you'll place an additional white concrete on the corner, and then you'll connect this rope to both the right wall and I guess, or both to the right and backwards to whatever wall it will connect to. And then each white concrete can be brought up by 1. Nice. There is an overhang on the back. I want to say it's made out of not white concrete. It's made out of terracotta, yeah. But I guess before we do that, get rid of everything from your dark oak door to your dark oak planks, which will be these 4. And I guess also get rid of your dark oak slabs. So you have 5 slots here, and you have terracotta, bricks, strip pale oak, and white concrete. And get out. White wool. Smooth quartz slabs. Or smooth quartz stairs, excuse me. I guess you do also need smooth quartz slabs, though. Did we? No, we did need smooth quartz stairs. Yeah, I am correct. So maybe I did miss one then. Oopsies. And we'll go smooth quartz blocks. And I think that'll be everything we'll need for now. We're going to try to get the roof done real quick. Not real quick, but we're going to try to get it done regardless. So, there's a lot of elements to this roof. I will start by saying that the, I think, best thing to start with here is just taking each top brick and placing a white wool on it. Don't really worry about if it's behind something or not, just kind of start by placing a white wool. All this will be invisible anyway, because it'll either be behind something or it'll just be covered up by stairs. But I am just going to go all the way around. Oh, we still have an inventory slot, crazy. Surround the white wool in upside down smooth quartz stairs, just going all the way around. If there's an area where you have like it behind or something, I guess in front of it, like this white concrete at the front left, just kind of ignore it. And don't go around the white concrete. You just want to be going around the white wool. Because the white concrete is a segment for the most part, or are segments for the most part. And we kind of want this. But yeah, that's really the only interesting exception. Did I? Okay, I didn't have the, or didn't add the support back here on the grid. I didn't think I did, but just wanted to confirm because you do never know. It should look like this. Let's do an easy roof first. How does that one sound? So on top of the right side here on the strip pale oak and the black stained glass, you're just gonna place smooth quartz blocks going around. Out from those smooth quartz blocks, you're placing smooth quartz slabs. Along with in from the smooth quartz blocks, you're placing upside down smooth quartz slabs. This will be more important for the interior, but we might as well do it while we're here anyway, because it makes it easier to place the next one, which is on top of those upside down slabs, you're placing regular slabs. Get out black stained glass blocks with that inventory space. And so at the far left and far right rows that you can, you're going to place sideways strip pale oak wood connecting these slabs together. It should be going front to back, and it'll leave you with what should be 9 rows between them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is correct. And that will cover the brick on the left that we placed way back when. You'll split this down the middle to create 2 lines of 4, essentially, or 2 gaps of 4, I guess, between the lines, like so. Fill in all that with black stained glass. I do love me some skylights, and this is a skylight, in fact. There'll be a better way to light a room like this, though, with so many windows already, is to just add another one, because, you know, what's another window gonna do? I guess add another pane of glass, I don't know. I mean, technically speaking, that is what it does, but whatever. You should be able to get rid of your black glass for good now and get out smooth stone blocks, specifically. Aren't they? Yeah, they are there. And so, from this point, I kind of want to fill that in, I'm not going to lie. So let's do it, because it's a fairly easy step. Head to the front left, where you have the white concrete here, and just in line with the bottom row of white concrete, you're filling it in with smooth stone blocks. Just nice to get this out of the way, because we'll have to do it later anyway. Now we can start focusing on the funny peak itself. So, if you, on the front here, still in the same area, you'll take this front left upside down stair, and you will count right from it by 3. And you should be above the right half of this first window. You can see that it's right there. You'll place a smooth quartz slab on top of this stair. Go right with a block. Right with an upside down slab. Up with a slab. Right with a block. Right with an upside down slab. Up with a slab. Then forward 1. And then right by what should be 16. And then you'll go back 1. Down with an upside down slab. Right with a block. Right with a slab. Down with an upside down slab. Right with a block, and right with a slab. In addition, you'll take the upside down stair off either side of this front white concrete section and bring it forward with 2 upside down slabs. You'll then bring them in 1, then up with a slab, in with a block, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, in with a block, in with an upside down slab, and then up with a slab. And you can bring that top slab back by 1 to connect into the previous row we kind of just placed. Whatever the hell we just created, you're taking whatever white wool and perhaps through the center here, but you're just bringing them up with terracotta until they go to like the top of the kind of roof we just made and cover up any gaps. You don't want to go over, like you don't want to have it poking up there, and you don't want to bring it up over here or anything, because that would just be weird. But yeah, and I will just connect across here with the terracotta instead of trying to figure out how this peak will work. I'm just going to go straight across it because it doesn't matter. But yeah, do keep in mind you have 2 different levels that are kind of going on. You have the backmost and then the frontmost, and that looks weird. I guess while we're doing it, you can actually fill in like the top of this front peak in with white concrete. You just kind of need to do that. Again, make sure you don't fill over, and that's really the only requirement. The left and rightmost smooth quartz slab, or the lowest ones on that peak with the terracotta filling it in you just made, you'll bring them each back, and the right one you probably should start with, even though I just didn't, but either way, when you bring the right one back, you're going to go all the way back to the like smooth quartz stairs here, this upside down stair you'll be on top of, and you want to bring the other one back to the same distance. So I'm going to see that's Z422, and I'll just bring this back to Z422, and they should be in line. You can kind of eyeball it too. Just like so. The other way to, well, we won't worry about that, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of weird either way we do it, so you'll take each slab from this point and go in with a block, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, in with a block, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, and you'll connect those slabs together again, and you should be at the same Y level as you were at the front. And I'm going to trace this over to make sure that I didn't screw up, because I kind of eyeballed it based off of what I was thinking was the number rather than what was actually the number, but I'm good. Again, to block inside of this, you'll fill in kind of this peak in with terracotta. Just make sure you don't go lower than the, or don't go in line with the upside down smooth quartz stairs. You just want the top 2 rows. Like so. You'll take the smooth quartz block here on the far right. It should be one of the, like, ones on the overhang itself. And get rid of smooth stone and get out dark oak planks, because you're going to place a dark oak plank inside of that, which should be next to the terracotta like so. Not that that's particularly important. But you'll bring this dark oak plank down with stripped pale oak wood until you touch the ground. Extending top strip pale oak wood both from this angle it'll be left and also I guess backwards with upside down smooth quartz slabs. And you should run into upside down stairs on both of those rows. You should be under terracotta on one and the other one you're technically not, but it's not a huge deal. And then you'll fill in the rectangle you're left with upside down smooth quartz slabs. This is definitely one of the more intricate buildings I am noticing as we're going about this right now. Now it's just a lot of filling things in. And then we have banner letters to do still, so don't run away. And then also just some finer details that are important, including the parking lot. Get rid of, I guess, your smooth quartz blocks and get out dark oak slabs. And you just want to kind of take the top peak, and obviously you already have the left and right rows, and you just want to connect this together with dark oak planks / dark oak slabs, just whatever, the dark oak variant of the smooth quartz. And you're just going to fill in the center here with dark oak. You'll have some areas still left of the roof, but that's fine. We're not worried about those just yet. But yeah, just kind of focus on the main portion. Yeah, this is a fairly long video, I'm not gonna lie. These city builds have been fairly long, though. But also, again, there's a lot more going on with them than a lot of other kind of things. Like, they've got parking lot, especially the refresh, they've got the parking lot, and they're just overall a little bit better, I think, than some of the normal stuff. Although that Denny's in the distance, it isn't a refresh. It's not really in the distance, but it's over there. That, I think, is my favorite non-refresh. I love how that one turned out. The other thing, I'll say it again because I know people don't want to hear me ramble during this, so if you happen to skip ahead, you do want to fill in this front white concrete peak. I'll kind of make it its own step, but that is a thing. With dark oak as well. But we're just focused on this one. Maybe I'll double that one up with the white wool. Who knows? If you guys do have any other suggestions, do let me know. Don't request specifically refresh, please, because refresh goes in order based on the order of the tutorial's original release date. Or as the order there in the playlist, I guess, because you know how I am, but yeah, there is one that isn't getting a refresh because it wasn't in the tutorials playlist, the fireworks shop. I don't know why it wasn't there. It might get a remake, but not a refresh. Anyway, it should look like this. The next step is taking this front, like, white concrete peak and just taking each of these, you know, smooth quartz and bringing them back with the respective dark oak material. Again, to just fill in this peak, if you didn't already. The other thing is the white wool. You're taking both sides of this peak and you're just filling in the rest of the roof pretty much in with white wool. Just make sure you don't have any gaps. And yeah, you can add things on the roof. I generally don't because I don't know how to particularly, like, make something like that. I'm not really fancy with the, like, vents and stuff. And the, you know, I guess smokestacks kind of. It's not really a smokestack. It's like a little pipe that sticks up that won't release. I think it's mainly like a restaurant thing where it, like, releases the fumes from cooking or whatever, the toxic fumes from the McDonald's burgers. But yeah, I don't think that's particularly something going on this. Although it could also work as like a AC heater kind of thing, you know, like it pumps out whatever, I don't know, bad air. You should have this anyway, and I would just go around and check and make sure, other than the literal hole in your wall, that you don't have any gaps or anything. And that everything has been filled in, which it should be. Nice. That looks pretty good. Let's do banner letters. Clear your inventory, and you want to get out a loom? As many white banners as you can physically hold. Not really, you don't need that many. And you also need black dye and white dye. Smack your loom on the floor and put your first white banner in, and we're going to do them in order. Put in black dye and do line down the left, which is pale. I want to say it's sinister. Oh, it's pale Dexter, darn. And line across bottom, which is base fess. You also, for each of them, are going to want to put in a white dye at the end and do the border pattern, which is the border, in case that wasn't clear. I'm going to get rid of my loom so I have more inventory space here. I'll put in my next white banner, black dye, and I'll do base fess and chief fess, which is bottom and top lines. And then line through the middle, which I want to say is just pale, right? Yeah. And again, I do want to do the border pattern. You can do all of them at the end. I might actually do all of them at the end now. Yeah, I think it makes more sense. Next banner in, black dye in. Do pretty much all the lines. Top, bottom, left, right, through the middle. So it'd be chief fess, base fess, pale sinister, pale Dexter, and fess. Yeah. Next one in, there's a couple ways you can do this one. I'll give you really both. You're going to do the line down the right side, which is Pale Sinister. Put in a white dye. Whoa, what am I doing? Put in the white dye, or a singular white dye, and do the full bottom half as white, which is Perfess Inverted Eye as wife, my favorite color. And there's a couple ways you can do this. I would do line down the left, which is Pale Dexter, and then line essentially top left to bottom right, which is Bend. You can do line across top and line through middle, and then just have a little gap here, but I actually would just kind of do like the full top half as black, which is Perfess. I change it on the daily pretty much. There's no consistency to it. Next one in, I do want to make sure that I can, okay, I can still put a pattern on that, because I think if you do that one, you might not be able to put another pattern on, which is why I might have done it this way. I don't remember. Either way, you want to put in your next banner, do Chief Fest, white dye in, and you're going to do the Lozenge, which is the diamond looking one. Black dye in, line down right and left, which is Pale Sinister and Pale Dexter. It's like a looking N, actually. And then you do the line through the middle, which is Fez. We already have an R, so we'll do the Y. And I actually need to block pick this one because I don't know the way we do this one. So you want to put in your white banner and your black dye, and so you want to do your white banner and your black dye, and you're going to do the full top half as black, which is Perfess. You're then going to do the diamond, which is Lozenge. And then you're going to do, still with black, the pale, which is lined down the middle. You'll then put in your white dye, and you will do the inverted chevron, which is like the weird triangle from the top. And then you do want to do the border. I do the border with this one right now because it looks weird without it, and I just kind of want to show it off. And then again, I'll take the ones that I didn't, and I'll put them in and do the border pattern for each of them. Just for the consistency. Nice. I can break that. Aw, I forgot I had random tick speed on in this world. On the white concrete, you're going to take the bottom left white concrete and count up diagonally right by 1. And you're going to just go right and spell library. So you're going to do L-I-B-R-A-R-Y. You don't want to miss that R there. That'd be pretty bad. That'd be library. And that's not... That's closer to the Spanish word for library, actually. Or book? It's book. Libre is book, right? I think. I don't think that's the word for library, but I don't remember. It's been a couple years. Anyway, that's all you really need that for. You can now get out, or clear your inventory and get out. Dark oak planks. Dark oak slabs. Smooth quartz blocks. Smooth quartz slabs. Smooth stone slabs. Sandstone. Gray concrete. White concrete, and light blue concrete. We also need oak leaves, but that's, I think, the only thing left, if I remember correctly. So you want to head to the right side. You still want to be on the very front wall, and you want to head to the rightmost panel at a kind of the central bit. And you want to be between these two windows on the ground, where you're going to place 2 dark oak planks extending out from the bottom terracotta, bottom middle terracotta. Extend this... Extend the front dark oak plank left and right with an upside down slab, and then bring either upside down slab up with a slab. Then from those, go out with a plank, out with an upside down slab, up with a slab. Extend each plank and upside down slab only back to connect into the build. You're going to kind of have this weird look, which is fine. On top of each back block, you're placing a smooth quartz slab, and on top of each back upside down slab, you're placing a smooth quartz block. And it should give you this if you do it right. Essentially, just look at it and say, what would give me half a block visible from the front here? Because if you have a slab in front, then it'll be a block, and if you don't, then it'll be a slab. Anyway, we can parking lot or something like that. We're going to kind of bounce around a bit for this, just so we don't, because I don't have the number for, like, that side there, so, you know, I don't want to stand there for 15 minutes counting. You want to take the corner of smooth stone slabs here on this line we have. It's this kind of leftmost corner, and you're going to extend left with 6 smooth stone slabs. Then leave a gap of 3 and place 10 smooth stone slabs. I remembered that number. Then go back with 5. Left by 5. Leave a gap of 3. Place 10 smooth stone slabs again. Instead of going back and giving you this number, I'm going to head to the back, and just behind this staircase here, I'll place smooth stone slabs behind the leftmost 2 blocks. I'm going to leave this gap against the wall open. You'll see why later. You'll extend this left with 4 slabs. Then go forward by 9. Right 3, and from there you should be able to connect forward into that. Again, instead of taking this corner and trying to get a number I don't know, I'm going to head right here to this row of... It's 6 smooth stone slabs here, this row heading like front to back. And I'm going to head forward from here and place 5 smooth stone slabs. I'll then leave a gap of 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 8th block, I'll place a smooth stone slab here. You'll extend this one forward by 5, along with that same one all the way left, and then just connect back once you are in line with this one here. That'll be fairly square, but I don't think it's quite a square. It could be, I didn't actually check. But either way. The frontmost smooth stone slab you'll bring all the way right, but again, you want to leave a gap of 7 between the end of this row and the... I guess the first slab we placed in the last slab we'll place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is correct. I had it grid marked anyway, so I cheated, but that's besides the point. If you would like, you have 2 options here. You can break this all and fill it with gray concrete, or what I'm going to do is break the white concrete lines in, and then I'm going to slash fill with gray concrete after, and just do slash replace grass or whatever. So, in the rightmost parking space, or lot, yeah, whatever this thing is called, this one, you want to start from the left side here, and you're going to break like 5 grass moving in from both the front and back rows of slabs. You're then going to, leaving 3 block gaps moving right, keep breaking these rows of 5 until on the back you should end up against the right row of smooth stone slabs. On the front one, you should end... You're going to be like 2 blocks or 1 block before the 7 block opening. I don't remember how many particularly. It's some small number. It's 1 off. Just like so. As for the other one, you're doing a fairly similar thing. At the far left here, you're just breaking 5, moving in from the front and back, and you're just leaving the same gaps of 3. The front, you only want 3 rows, though, of these white concrete rows. Good lord. On the back, you're just going to go all the way until you're at the end here. And I'll fill all of these rows now in with white concrete. Almost there. We're over 40 minutes. We're over the average video game tutorial part length, which is kind of funny. I guess I know that this video, well, I don't know if I'm recording that, though. I don't know what I'm recording after this, honestly. We'll see. Damn, almost there. Actually, I might not record anything after this. This is a long enough video, you know? It's my day's work. You should have this. The parking space over the gap on both, where you have the little 3 block gap, you know, you're going to do the same thing in both of them. If you look down at them, you're going to take the bottom left and replace this gray concrete with a white concrete. I'll do it in both at the same time. You'll then take the, I guess, that'd be front left, wouldn't it? Whatever. You'll take the actual back left and count forward 1 and break this and replace it with a white concrete, and then go forward diagonally right by 2. I guess it'd be top left, actually, as well, but whatever. You should have this. The space to the left of it, or you could go right if you want, but I'm going to go left. I'll break the very center grass or whatever it is and replace it with a light blue concrete. Both of these you're filling in entirely with gray concrete. The one exception, or one thing I do want to point out, I guess, rather, not really an exception, is the... like 3 block gap here in the to lead into the like back area, which we haven't filled in yet. This will end up being sandstone, so just leave it for now. And I gotta make sure I don't mess this command up, because you know how I am. I messed one up the other day. It was really unfortunate. I was trying to do a replace with, or like replacing pink concrete with hay, just because I was using pink concrete as a placeholder, and hay was a good, or I needed hay for the texturing that I was doing, which was in Playtime Co. And I just forgot the replace command, and so I broke an entire wall. But I went into a copy and just copied the wall. Replace grass, which was nice, but still, I was like, really? Anyway, the rest of the area within the sidewalk you're breaking and replacing with sandstone. If you want to add like a side or a parking lot on this side too, you can just have an easier access point to that, because I do realize it is kind of a walk from the rest of this, but it is up to you. And after this, there's one detail we have to add. And we're done. I know, it's kind of a longer one. That's what I get for going crazy. Get ready for Walmart, because I feel like that's the next one. I could be wrong. There might be another one before it. But Walmart's gonna suck. We have the interior of this one first, but I'll maybe confirm in the outro if I remember. Look at my list and see which one is next, because I am curious, but Walmart both will suck, actually. I think Walmart's gonna be split, interior-wise, because it took me like 4 days to build it. It was bad, but yeah, I'll probably end up doing like, I don't know. There's not really a good way to split it up, because it's like, it's not like it's multiple rooms like hospital was or floors or anything. It's kind of like all one. I guess I could do like layout and just see how long that ends up being, and if it's like, you know, an hour and a half on its own, then that would just be that part. But I guess the other option would be to just do like layout and then like a couple of the smaller rooms. I'm not really sure. Anyway, you should have this. The only thing left is getting out whatever leaf you can, or, you know, choose. I just used oak leaves. I'd recommend using like a combination. You could use some cherry, some flowering azalea. Just get some color in there, you know. I'd say jungle, but that is a lie. I don't know why it shows up yellow. Like, that is not yellow. It's just, why are we getting scammed? Whatever. You're gonna wrap the terracotta of the build that isn't obstructed in any way or has sandstone under it, one of the two, with oak leaves. So basically, I'm gonna start from the right side here. And I'll start just to the right of this terracotta, kind of where the book is, and I'll just kind of wrap all the way around the build here with oak leaves. And I should just really stop once I hit the door on the back here. That's pretty much the stopping point, because the rest has the sandstone path to worry about. Yeah, the kind of front and left, I guess, aren't particularly usable. But yeah, you can kind of do whatever else. But that's really all for this. If you want to add another book or something too, you absolutely could. I wouldn't do it on the other side because of the sidewalk. But, you know, I could add one on top. Oh, I should have disguised the roof as a book. Oh, missed opportunity. I could have totally... Because this is like the same design. I could have just made that into a book. Darn. That would have been so cool. But anyway, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Refresh series library complete. Let me know what you guys think of this build. I am very pleased with it overall. As I was building it here too, I was like, man, you know, I think I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. But yeah, anyway, oh yeah, let me check the next refresh, actually. It is, give me a sec. Where's library on my list? That's important. Yes, it is Walmart. Oh, God. I'm not ready for that. Anyway, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.